Hello, YouTube world. This is Michael Sealey from Creative TV doing a bit of hosting today. In front of the camera, I'm with the one and only from Marcos Mania, director, Peter
Evanchuck.
Nice to meet you. We appreciate your time. You want to explain to people the movie, what it's all about?
About 1998, I started to shoot a fellow named Marco Polikiewski here in Toronto. He's bipolar, which is manic depressive. And he decided at that time to, in order to give to the community, to have meaning in his life, to shoot the UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Canada. So he started shooting them at that time, and while he was shooting them, I was shooting him. And we went to the Maritimes, and we shot on all the UNESCO World Heritage Sites from Toronto to Newfoundland. Okay. And at that time, that was going to be like a travelogue, that's all he wanted. Through a series of mishaps and whatever, the footage sort of went here and there, got lost, ended up in Ireland, came back to Canada, and in the meantime, I got ill, he got ill, he went into the hospital for mental illness. Okay. And so it sat around for about 5 or 6 years doing nothing, and then we contacted each other and we started to shoot again. Okay. But I realized at that time that the real movie was not this travelogue of the World Heritage Sites. The real movie was about being cuckoo, mental illness. And now, of course, this is years later. Okay. But I had captured. It started in '98, so this is like a 14-year progress of making a documentary, a long journey, as you said. Yes. And the thing is that I had a small camera at the time, a digital 8 camera, if you remember those at all, Sony, and I had shot him having a manic episode on Queen Street. Oh, wow. I turned the camera on at Queen and Spadina, and I walked with him to Parkdale. The camera never went off once. Oh, wow. 1 hour later, the reason I stopped is because I had no more tape, so we stopped. Okay. That was also sitting there doing nothing for a while. Okay, so then when I saw him again, now years later, he's on meds, he's basically stabilized, but he's 150 pounds heavier. Oh, so for 150, he's almost 300. Okay. So then I said, we started to talk about it again because he wanted me to make this travelogue out of the UNESCO World Heritage Site stuff. And the bottom line was, I realized that the real movie, is your journey, to cure yourself. Story. Yes. Okay. So that's what it became, a personal journey of his trip through bipolarism to health, to a reasonable degree of health, and what he's doing, which is using photography as a means of helping him along to give significance to his life. Okay. So that's how it sort of came together. So I worked with an editor in Montreal. Her name is Marie-Christine Sarda. Okay. She's won the Golden Globe at Cannes Film Festival for the first Inuit movie ever made, a feature-length movie, and she also won the highest award for editing in Canada. Wow, amazing. So she's got, and also her movie called The Beauty and the Breast, about a woman's breast cancer, won Best Feature Documentary at the World Film Festival a couple months ago. So the credentials are all there, right? Yes. And boy, do I need her help. She was excellent, man. I highly recommend for any of your viewers, if they ever get together to try to make a movie of long length, is work with the best editor you possibly can. If it happens to be you, that's great. But I think another eye, another intelligence is very important. And like with, her nickname is Kiki. What the great thing about her is I don't like the editor to be on location. I don't want them to see the footage as it was in reality. Okay. All I want them to see is what's on camera. What they have in the can, so to speak.
Sees what you get.
Yeah, so she's looking at that. She doesn't know Rob. Yes. Because I've made another movie in the meantime called The Poetry of Payne. That's Robert Payne on our right. And P-A-Y-N-E, Payne, and P play on the P-A-I-N, the Payne he goes through to write poetry sort of thing, if you haven't figured that out, Michael. Okay. So the thing is that she just looking at the footage, no idea of who they are or what personalities they are, and it's extremely helpful. As a result, we got 2 half-hour documentaries, one on Marcos Mania, the other on the Poetry of Payne. And they both are doing very well. So far, all the festivals I've submitted them to have accepted it. But I have discovered in the meantime that if you do a short film and anything under 50 minutes is considered short, for your viewers out there, this is good information. It then goes into the short category, which means that you play in places like this instead of at the Lightbox Theater tip.
Okay.
The prestige is very limited, right?
Yes.
So it's not as prestigious to make short documentaries as it is to make feature length. And if you're feature length, you get top priority. And if you look at the, if you ever get a hold of the pamphlets, the brochures they put out, they get a full page and they get pictures and all that. And the shorts they're all bunched on one page together and so on. So I'm turning these I'm holding off on any more festivals, and I'm going to turn them into feature-length films.
Sounds excellent. So, and where is this movie, Marco's Mania? Where is the?
It's playing this Saturday, which is the 17th of November,
Okay.
at Workman.
Joseph Workman.
Rendezvous with Madness, Workman's Theater.
Okay, that's
and it's 670.
I think 651 Dufferin Street.
651 Dufferin Street.
Just south of
Sorry.
Dufferin and DuPont. Sorry, there you'll see.
Yeah, and it starts around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And after it, if you do go to it, after it, there's a party.
Mm-hmm.
So, Michael, if I can't be there, probably I can't, you can represent me. You can drink my beer.
And okay, how about people want to personally contact you? Your company's called?
Okay, it's called Movies Handmade.
Movies Handmade.
All one word.
So www.movieshandmade.com. Okay.
.com, yeah.
Okay.
And there you'll see our website, and there's links to all this stuff I'm babbling about. We got links to blogs and links to a magazine, a film magazine I used to produce, and so on.
So it's been many years you've been in this industry working.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other part, we have one of the actors from the other movie you're working on.
That's right.
Documentary is called
Poetry of Payne.
Poetry of Payne.
And that's Robert Payne, and he can talk a bit.
And Robert Payne, what would you like to say about that?
Well, he was just mentioning films handmade, and he's also done a book, and his other website is bookshandmade.com.
Right,
Might as well promote that. And my book is called The Poetry of Payne.
Okay.
It's a collection of my poetry. I've been living on the streets now for 6 years, and for the last 3 winters, Peter Evanchuck has been filming me.
Wow.
And however that turns out, whether it's a 15-minute, whether it's a
It's already 30 minutes. Finish 30 minutes.
6-hour opus, whatever it turns out to be, we've been working on it for a while, and CBC has done a couple of docs on me, but they never actually stayed outside with me. And Peter actually has spent time outside with me, and so I give him props for that. And if you don't mind me, I'm going to do a quick poem for you, just as a sample. And a lot of people ask me where I get my material. Well, one of the places I sell my books is in front of a strip bar. I won't mention the name. It's the same name as a certain James Bond movie. And the poem goes like this. I call it Money Comes. Mary goes round and round town, from street corner to rented by the hour room, spreading herself thin, soul bruised from bouncy bed springs business. Mary's money man comes and goes, leaving money for Mary's arm and nose, to mask the pain of making money men come. After the money goes, Mary goes round and round town.
That's a nice one. I forgot about that one. Very nice, yeah.
Thank you.
This is Mike from Creative TV, one on Robert.
Thank you, Mike.
Peter, you appreciate your time. So just one more time, tell them the 2 movies. Your movies.
Marco's Mania, and his movie's called
The Poetry of Payne.
And that's Payne, not P-A-I-N, but Robert Payne's last name, P-A-Y-N-E. And the book is called The Poetry of Payne. It's published by bookshandmade.com, another website if you want to go to it. And Rob is the one that has exclusive control over the sales of that book. And it gives his email number, as I remember.
SaintOuswise@yahoo.com.
Yeah. And you can buy the book for whatever.
Yeah, it's very.
It helps me survive.
I was checking out. It's very intense, very emotional. For people that don't see the other side of life, it's something you can always dwell and look into, and never look down upon people that you might not understand what's going on in their life. Do you appreciate your time here? Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you for the kind words.
Creative TV, thank you very much, and we're gone. Peace.